video as well, and then if you want to take picture, video at the moment.
Well, not as busy as it would normally be. Sorry. So you have been so busy. They didn't do earlier. Normally it would have been more spread out. And of course lots of organisations are not holding events, are they? Because, you know, with all the problems and stuff, it is. Yeah, it's very, very slow and yes. And of course they keep having starts.
आजको सुटिङ प्लान यो प्रकारको छ। यसमध्येमा सुटिङ Yeah, he's out there.
Yeah, he's out there, yeah.
Again?
Yes, he doesn't tell us. He doesn't tell us. You know, he just keep quietly. You know, because both of them.
Not to know.
Yeah, exactly. Mayor Thank you, man. आज हाम्रो साउथ आफ्रिकामा नजिकै हिल्टन होटलमा पार्टी छ है। र केही पनि ठुलाबाट नटुरी हुनुहुन्छ सधैँ रमाइलो छ।
We have some more guests arrive.
Can I do sir and man? हामी बसेको ठाउँ हो एकदम राम्रो छ। क्रिकेट क्लब क्रिकेट क्लब है यो चाहिँ नि साउथ आफ्रिकन क्रिकेट क्लब।
Here today. I'd also like to welcome you all to the magnificent Ageas Bowl, home of Hampshire cricket. As a council, we have a very strong connection with this venue, and we are so very proud to have it situated within our borough. So, just a bit of info about Eastleigh. The railway town of Eastleigh was developed as there was a need for railway workers located here. This predates the parish of Eastleigh, which was originally known as Bishopstoke. Eastleigh Victorian Railway was designed by Sir William Tite, a famous railway architect. The town of Eastleigh was allowed a coat of arms in 1934, and in 1936, Edward VIII, the king who never was, granted the borough status to Eastleigh. The coat of arms now in use was designed by the College of Heralds and was granted in 1974 when the new borough, incorporating Eastleigh Town and 7 parishes of Winchester Rural District Council. So modern day Eastleigh Borough is a thriving area and was voted one of the best places to live. It is multicultural and we welcome that diversity which enriches our communities. So just a few highlights from our borough. We have an airport. I know it's called Southampton Airport, but no offence to Alex, the mayor of Southampton, it is actually in Eastleigh Borough, and we like to call it Eastleigh Airport. We have 2 theatres, the Point and the Berry. We also now have the Stoneham Lane Football Complex, and that was grant funded in partnership with Sports England, the Premier League and Eastleigh Borough. It is one of the biggest football hubs in the country, providing high quality facilities for local clubs and residents to enjoy. 2 country parks, providing lots of much enjoyed open space. Excellent colleges, schools and facilities for young and old to enjoy. As you can probably tell, I really love this borough. And it is the people who live and work here that make it what it is. One of those is our CEO, Tustion, who is retiring from office in May. As well as having the pleasure of welcoming the mayors and chairs from Hampshire, this lunch is also to recognise and say thank you to Nick for his service to our borough and its residents. After lunch and during coffee, I will say a little bit more about that, and also about, sorry Nick, I don't disparage you, and also about the Ageas Bowl. So in the meantime, please do enjoy lunch. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Surrounded by the wonders of your creation. We are here to share in your gifts of fellowship and food, Lord, and for all the things that you give us, we give you thanks. Amen.
Amen.
When I first came in here, it was quite cold, the air conditioning, and they said, don't worry, once the sun comes around, then you'll welcome that air conditioning, and my goodness, it's a bit warm here. Once again, thank you very much for coming, and I hope you all enjoyed your lunch. We are actually in, I should have mentioned this, we are in the media suite, as you probably saw the sign when we came in, and these pieces here, they all pull out, and it's where all the reporters and the commentators sit for the cricket in here. Now, unfortunately, Rod Bransgrove, who we're expecting, the chair of Hampshire Cricket, he's unfortunately unwell and he has COVID, so he couldn't make it today, but he does send his apologies and he was so looking forward to being here, but as you can imagine with COVID, he didn't really want to come along. So I've got a few notes here about the Ageas Bowl, so I hope you'll bear with me. The Ageas Bowl complex is of great strategic importance to the Borough of Eastleigh and beyond. I'm sure that some of you will know the history of the Ageas Bowl, especially if you are lovers of the game of cricket. Home to Hampshire Cricket Club from 2001, the Ageas Bowl started life as the Rose Bowl, reflecting the cricket club's logo and the fact that the cricket ground was shaped like a bowl. The ground was further developed in 2008 with the creation of 2 spectator stands named after 2 popular Hampshire cricket captains, namely Colin Ingleby Mackenzie and the late great Shane Warne, as we see them over there. The ground, sorry, excuse, bear with me, won't you? I'm trying to read this, right. The stands increased the capacity of the ground, which meant that international test cricket status was granted in 2011, when the first test match was held here, with England drawing against Sri Lanka, thanks to some rainy south coast weather. The Ageas Bowl hosted 5 matches in the International Cricket Council's World Cup in 2019 and 2020. The uniqueness of the facilities meant that a biosecure bubble was created, which enabled the first international cricket match to be staged anywhere in the world during the pandemic. Most recently, the first ever World Test Championship final between India and New Zealand was held in June 2021, with New Zealand being the inaugural winners. In the last domestic season in 2021, the Southern Braves won the newly formed the 100 competition, and the women's team, the Southern Vipers, were also victorious. Both teams based at the Ageas Bowl. Away from professional cricket, the Ageas Bowl also has a community outreach programme which gives primary school children the opportunity to experience free cricket coaching or spectating when this might otherwise not be possible. Other charitable and community ventures have included Dementia Cricket Memory Days, raffle prizes to support local charities, schools and community groups in their fundraising efforts. The charitable arm of Hampshire Cricket supports a free cricket club defibrillator scheme. There is also an elite international sports academy on site. Finally, hidden in the East Stand is a community boxing club named Poseidon. This club is run by a husband and wife team with close connections to the Royal Navy, hence the name Poseidon, I suppose. The council again provided the funding to develop a facility which houses 3 boxing rings and a fitness gym. The club appeals to all ages and is largely about fitness and fun, coupled with success at the elite level. You may have seen some of the Boundary Lakes 18-hole golf course on your way into the hotel from the Lakeview Bar. The course was extended from 9 to 18 holes in 2017 and was part of a plan to transform the home of Hampshire cricket into a destination venue. This was preceded by the building of this 4-star Hilton hotel and spa in 2015. The hotel has a media suite, where we are now, and a restaurant called Beefy's, named after Sir Ian Botham, in keeping with the cricket theme. This superb Ageas Bowl facility has delivered tangible economic benefits through job creation, ranging from stewarding to catering, sales and marketing, coaching, maintenance, and the many professionals required by a hotel. It has also brought more visitors to our borough, as well as being a real community asset with the annual fireworks event and concerts such as Rod Stewart and Little Mix, to name a few. But the Ageas Bowl story may not stop here, as there are some extensive development plans which are currently out to consultation, so please watch this space. Tustion, the Council's Chief Executive, has led the Ageas project, and although the term legacy is often underused, I am sure you will look back with pride at what you have achieved for the benefit of so many. Your role in the creation and development of the campus has been truly outstanding. Nick has led this authority since 2013. He joined the council in 2000 as the council's chief financial officer. Nick began his career in 1974 and moved several times before joining Eastleigh for a neighbouring Southampton City Council. I'm not embarrassing you, am I?
I can't believe I'm that old.
Okay. I am so pleased to have been able to host representatives of some of the organisations Nick has worked closely with. I know just how much they have appreciated your support and assistance during your time at the council. I would also like to thank them for the support they have given to our residents and those across Hampshire, especially during the COVID lockdowns. We have some of our past mayors here today who held the office of mayor during your time as CEO, and I know they all have a particular memory or experience that they can relay. As the current mayor, I feel certain they have appreciated your help, just as I have, especially in getting us out of some of those sticky situations at full council meetings. We could probably have filled this room twice over with those who wish to thank you, Nick. As I said, we do have some past mayors with us, and we have just wanted to show you our appreciation to you for all your help and assistance with a small gift. Thank you very much, Nick. Thank you. They say behind every great man is an even greater woman. And Nick has had 2 women supporting him both professionally and personally. Pauline, your PA for many years, who also retired recently and tried to keep you to time and successfully organised your diary. I'm so pleased you were able to join us today, Pauline. Wendy. Wendy has supported you for a very long time, and speaking to her today, I've also learned a little bit of what it's like when you get home from work. And how she always says, leave the CEO at the door. But I have to say, Wendy, we are absolutely really pleased to see you here. I know 6 o'clock last night you had an operation, but you were absolutely determined to be here to support Nick, just as you've done throughout his career. So thank you very much.
Yep.
And also I'd like to present Pauline and Wendy with some flowers.
Yep.
Not only have you been a terrific CEO, but you are most definitely an all-round great guy. Your approachability, warmth and enthusiasm for getting things done has seen Eastleigh achieve so much. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your contribution to our borough. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of you know have put messages on this cricket bat for Nick. So Nick, I'm sure you can take some time to read that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. There's a present for you, Nick, from the other way.
Thank you very much. Madam Mayor, distinguished guests, if I am just to say a few words, and I genuinely feel very humble at what you have said and the thanks you've given. It is very poignant that I think it's here in the media centre that we're here, because if you rightly talk about legacy, and although I look back on a lot of things with pride, I think when I drive past the Ageas Bowl, as I do periodically, I really get just a thrill from seeing it every time. It's an amazing facility. And I was going to we did talk about who might replace Rod Bransgrove, and it certainly wouldn't be me, because Rod was such passion about this place. But I was going to talk a little bit about the journey we went on to actually get here, and I was going to ask actually the leader of the council about the first conversation he had about the Ageas Bowl, because Keith has a bit of a phrase which he said, the answer is yes. Now, what's the question? And I'd like to know, back in 2008, on the verge of economic collapse, with banks falling around us, when the Ageas Bowl, when Rod Bransgrove and Glendale, as it was at the time, came into his room and said, we're in a real mess, we could go under, we could go bust as a result of it, can you help us with financing the development of our new stadium? I wonder what part of him actually said yes. But we talk about partnerships and talk about visions and all the rest of it. This is very much a shared vision. Rod Bransgrove certainly had the embryo of a vision. It was taken on by Keith in terms of the councillors, and I keep going back to, it took 5 years to deliver a contract to actually build this place. It was an amazing achievement. We went back to council 3-4 times to get their approval, and each time the council stood behind the deal. It was an incredible achievement. But what you see here now is not just a wonderful cricket ground. As Madam Mayor has pointed out, it is the wonderful community outreach programme. The Poseidon Club is an absolutely incredible example, but there are dementia clubs, there are running clubs, and it really has become the heart of the community. During the Afghanistan issue, where we still have actually some residents in a hotel that we are putting up, the Ageas gave them free tickets to a cricket match, gave them Christmas at the stadium. There's a community outreach here that is so very, very special. I wasn't sure how to start this. It was Malcolm Cross who said, Nick, I hope you're going to start with a joke. Because all of my speeches tend to start with a joke. So I didn't want to disappoint Malcolm Cross. And it reminds me of a chief executive who'd been in local government for 48 years. And his memory was starting to fail a little bit, and things were going a little bit wrong, and he wasn't sure what to do. And eventually he decided to retire. And after all these years, his friends decided, we've got to give this guy something really, really special. We'll give him a scriptogram. So it wasn't recorded, all right. So on the morning of his retirement, there was a knock at the door, and he tottered up to the door and opened the door, and there was this beautiful young lady clad in just a bikini, and she says to him, I'm here to give you super sex. And he goes, I'll have the soup. So apologies for that. Madam Mayor. I can look back on a lot of things with pride, and I've been at Eastleigh for something like 22 years now. I started, as Madam Mayor says, as Chief Financial Officer. I've enjoyed every minute of it. There have been some tough times, there have been some difficult times, but actually I look around at what's been achieved, and I look back certainly at a time of great pride of what we've done. But actually, I want to say thank you to you, because many of you don't know, I came into local government because of my father. And my father was a local councillor. He was 25 years a councillor, 15 years of that he was leader of a council up in Oxfordshire, and he was mayor for a time. And he always said, that his period of mayor, his year of mayor, was the proudest time he ever had, because it wasn't just the office, it was the wonderful people that he met. So actually, I would like to say thank you to you for all the service that you do. I know many of you perhaps will have elections coming up, but you will have engagements as well. I have such utmost respect for councillors, for all the work that you do. And I remember, as I say, my father, back in the 60s, sat on a beach reading the Redcliffe Maud report. If anybody of you can remember that, it was about the reorganisation of local government. I know how much work you really put in to serve your community. So I would like to thank you for that, and for making my 48 years possible, because without the support of councillors, I would not have been able to do that. I've had a wonderful time at Eastleigh. I've got a little do later on in May, which I hope some of you will be there for, to say farewell again. But in saying thank you to you, can I thank you for this event, Madam Mayor, very much. And if you could, I'd like to propose a vote of thanks today. Could we just stand if we can and just raise our glasses? Madam Mayor.
Madam Mayor. Madam Mayor.
Thank you very much. I hope you all have a safe trip home.
Thank you to everyone that's come along today. Mayors and chairs, it's been great that you could be here, and I have to say I have really enjoyed my time meeting you all, and what a great, as Nick says about council, what a great bunch of people you are. So thank you very much, and thank you once again, and as Nick said, safe journey home. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm honoured to come out later. Thank you very
Sorry, something else I should mention. I wanted to thank Debbie, and Meg said I know she had to go home and pick her son up, but also Marion, and also the Jocelyn from the Hilton Hotel at the Ageas. Thank you all very much for your support and organising this event. Thank you.
She used to be त्यही राम्रो यो चाहिँ नि यहाँ इन्टरनेसनल क्रिकेट क्लब हो यो चाहिँ नि सीमा पर्छ आज हाम्रो यो स्लिपरहरूले अन गरेको भनेर उहाँ पनि सुन्नुभयो है गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ यो स्लिपरको हाताभित्र पर्दो रहेछ अनि स्लिपरले नै अन गर्दो रहेछ यो क्रिकेट जसलाई मासु छ देख्छ है त्यस सम्बन्धमा चाहिँ नि डिग्नेटरीहरू ठुलो बडाहरू सबै देख्न सक्नुहुन्छ ब्युटिफुल प्लेस टु भिजिट है गर्दाखेरि आज असाध्यै राम्रो दिन भयो आज मदन समूहमा हाम्रो बुवाहरूले नि राम्रो गर्नुभयो होला 14 तारिकको लागि म पनि यहाँ सधैँ बिजी भएँ है त सबैलाई नमस्कार धन्यवाद सम्झना छ बाई बाई।